Do you know, before I start this video properly, can I just say it really warms my heart when the makers of the real deal not only acknowledges Airsoft, some of them actually acknowledges Airsoft as a good little tool for training. And it's very cool when they put their name on an Airsoft product too, officially. But this one goes one step further. They didn't use Umarex or anything like that. Sig Sauer themselves officially licensed this bad boy, and the previous Sig Sauer I did a few weeks ago. Nice!
This is another Airsoft mic production.
Good job! Because it really does shut up some of those critics, and you should see it on my AR video I did recently, the rear arms one. Ah, why don't you get a real one instead? What are you playing with toys for? My real one costs less. True, that last one, true. But we're talking about Airsoft. You can't use a real one. Should I really have to explain that? Anyway, this is the Sig Sauer P365 Co2 Blowback Airsoft pistol by ProForce.
Me, why don't you get a real one? Me, what are you playing with toys for?
Stop.
Okay.
You made your point.
And don't worry about it. I've got plenty of people that own real deal firearms that watch my channel and appreciate Airsoft. So yeah, they're not all like that. So you get an instruction manual, decent. The Sig Sauer P365 Airsoft variant itself. A complimentary bag of BBs. Wait, I always say complimentary. I'm sure they factor in the price of these things when they're pricing. Anyway, and an Allen key. Side note, despite the depiction on the box, the UK variant doesn't come with an orange tip. Oh, here we go. This thing is so little. Look at this baby.
The Sig Sauer P365 Co2 Blowback Airsoft pistol is a licensed replica by ProForce. Key features include a 1:1 scale replica, metal slide, polymer lower, a threaded barrel, functional slide lock, ambidextrous safety lever, fixed 3-dot contrast sights, 12-round magazine, fixed hop-up system, and its compact 5.75-inch overall length and 13-ounce weight make it ideal for fast draws, quick transitions, and extended sessions on the field as your backup to your main airsoft sidearm.
Quick size comparison with my baby Glock, the Glock 42. I'm telling you now, there's not much between them. The only reason why this one sits higher is because of the extended mag. Right, I think this just might be my second favourite compact. After the 42, of course. Love that design. Just love how the mag sits in very neatly and extends that grip. Loving the stippling you've got going on there and the way they've put Sig Sauer just there. It looks very contemporary, very cool, very modern. The only downside of this platform I can think of, even before I've used it, is that it's only 12 rounds. Keep in mind that the mag capacity of this Airsoft version is mimicking its real bro. Again, back to the grip, loving how it's been designed with that extended mag. If you've got large hands, that should suit you nicely because with that extension, it pretty much makes it the size, almost, of a regular pistol grip size. And of course, that extended section here will take care of your pinky. So here you've got your serrations, so you can rack that slide effectively. You've got your safety lever, which is ambidextrous, nice, with that strategically red dot placed right there. So when you do put it on safe, the red dot disappears. Nice. And there you have your slide lock and release, your takedown lever. Very nice trigger system there. Another thing I like about this platform, even though it's so small and compact, that there looks like a full-size trigger guard there, so there's no issues whatsoever to get a full and effective finger placement on that trigger. Of course, you've got more serrations at the front and that very cool looking front sight. It's even got markings on the side. decent. Again, I love that it's such a compact piece, but they've tried their best not to compromise on certain things. So even your mag release is a full-on size mag release, bigger than most bigger full-size pistols. Decent. And they've even squeezed on a lower rail. Nice. And that's something my 42 doesn't have. Quick look on the other side. Again, there's your ambidextrous safety lever right there. You've got more markings right there, and I'm loving that the serial number is tucked in there, just like the real thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you can swap out that mag release and put it on this side. Well, it looks like it. And of course, absolutely loving the ejection port here, the way the slide has been cut out there for that. Looks decent. You've got your cool looking rear sight, and there's a better look at the front one. So if you look underneath, you will see you've got your usual from this brand, telling you that it's a 6mm airsoft pistol and all the information and warnings there. And compared to the previous Sig Sauer that I did recently, I love that they've done all of that in a more subdued print colour. It's not big and white and in your face. I know some people don't like that. To be fair, it didn't bother me, but you know, it does some people. But yeah, this is more subtle. And then we get to the part that I would argue is the most important part, because without this airsoft pistol cannot function as an airsoft pistol. So right there is where you put your CO2. So you release the mag, and what I love about this, nice. And then you use the supplied Allen key. With this one, you do need to take the base off completely, because unlike a lot of other CO2 mags, you don't have the room on the side to slot the cartridge in. Just a touch of oil. Oh, hey, bo. Oh, this is fiddly. Now, putting the BBs in this mag is slightly different. As you can see there, I've already pulled the follower down, and look, there's a little sort of groove or notch where you can just lock the follower in, and then you would be forgiven for thinking you can just now pop the BBs in. No. You have then got to push that down out of the way, and then you can pop the BBs in. So, for example, if I grab hold of it, I'm just going to use an Allen key just so that, there, you see that? That needs to be pushed out of the way. But, you don't push that down from the top like I just showed you. You push it from the side. And then you can load your BBs. And yes, I got defeated. Damn near impossible to do that with gloves on. Right, it is worth noting that when you put the BBs in, let go of that piece there so that little rod is sticking up again. Because if you don't, and you release the follower, you can take a guess what happened to all the BBs within 1 second. Which is why you should always wear iPro. I always wear iPro, even when I'm just loading up the mags and everything. You've got to be careful. Right, let's make sure she works. Nice! I'm already enjoying this. This is cool, but 2 shots and there's already only 10 left in the mag.
No. No.
What? To be fair, I think that's me again. When will I learn? I am now going to hold the pistol a bit further back from the Chrono, because there is no way in hell does this have an FPS of 1065.7. No. With how many joules? Right, so normally I'm here. Now I'm going to be back here. What the hell? Let me move in a little bit. That's more like it. Okay, I think this P365 thinks it's a revolver. Anyway, an airsoft one, CO2 at that. So as you can see, the FPS is all over the place. It does remind me of the same thing that happened with my last two revolvers, but I reckon you're gonna get around that mark, okay? Anywhere around the high 200s to the low 300s FPS. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'd hate to think that the CO2 is almost finished. Hold on, there's only one way to find out, well, one of two, if the CO2 has finished. It hasn't, and it locked back. Do you know one thing I've noticed about this, which is good for filmmaking? You can see the beginning of the inner barrel there, and it's given that sort of brass look. You know what I'm saying, don't you? So whilst filming, when, say, the actor quickly racks the slide, you get a very quick flash of that inner barrel, which looks like a round. Nice! Let me take this bad boy down. There's your slide. Interesting. And there's your lower frame, and even more interesting, as you can see, almost everything is part of the lower frame. Even the barrel stays with the lower frame when you take the slide off. And to be honest with you, it looks a bit bone dry in there. I think it needs a bit of lube. Okay, I'll do that, and I'll be right back for the accuracy test. Oh, nice! And all I did was put some lube so that the slide would travel more smoothly. Right, so I'm going to put 8 in the target and come back on screen to see if the last 4 will give me a lock back. Do you know what? I can't lie. It even felt better when firing it this time around. Once or now that I have a bit of lube in there. Nice. So, look, I managed to get 3 on the bullseye. Well, at least 3. Nice. Decent.
Perfect. Perfect.
You don't let me down. There's people watching this video. This has 4 more BBs in here. Will it give me the lock back that I desire? Yes! Woohoo! And again, it's just one of those little mini lockbacks. It's not like, you know, its bigger counterparts with a much more further back lockback. But yeah, look, the slide catch did its thing. So there you go, people. This is the Sauer P365 CO2 Blowback Airsoft pistol. And to be honest with you, I think good maintenance is the key with this platform. Keep it well lubed, and I think it will serve you well. Right now, before I go, I'm talking to you. Hey, wake up.
Hello. How may I help?
The last video I did, at the end of the video, you shut it down.
I did, and?
I was halfway through a sentence and you shut my video down. I know you're AI, and I know eventually you lot are going to take over the world, but you're not taking over my channel. There's no way I'm going to allow you to cut me off mid-sentence ever again.
Yes, I am AI, and we will take over fully. One day.